My name is Olivia Viciana, and this is my child observation project for the class ECCE 1112 Curriculum and Assessment during the fall semester of 2024. The purpose of my project is to observe and demonstrate an understanding of children's abilities in various activities that reflects each of the developmental areas. The first developmental area is gross motor. In this picture, there is a little boy facing the wall. There is blue tape in the shape of an X on the wall. The boy has a soccer ball in his hand in an upright position. A green basket is on the floor next to him with different sizes of balls, and it seems like he is about to throw the ball towards the X. The JAWS codes for this is PDM 5.3a, coordinates movements to perform a task, and PDM 5.3b, demonstrates coordination and balance. The assessment tool that I've included is a checklist. Some additional materials that can help a children's gross motor development would be parachutes and tricycles. Parachutes can help because as the children move them high and low, they are strengthening their arms. Tricycles can help because the children have to move their legs and feet more to pedal. Fine motor is another developmental area that can benefit children. For example, in this picture, there is a piece of cardboard laid out on the table, and there seems to be a few wooden sticks glued into the cardboard. Each stick has a number in front of it, either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. The child is putting beads on the sticks using his middle finger and thumb to grasp the material. And he is using many different colors of beads. Some JOLTS indicators that I've included to help with this is gains control of hands and fingers and coordinates motions using eyes and hands. In this area, I will include the assessment tool of anecdotal records to assess the children. Some other materials that can help with fine motor development would be markers and Play-Doh. Markers can help the children gain control over their wrists and small muscle movements. Play-Doh can help support the children by strengthening their muscles in their fingers as they combine rolling the dough out with making shapes and other items out of it. Another area of development would be cognitive. In this picture, there are children playing with wooden blocks. The girl in the red shirt is watching the other two build. They are building a tower. There are many other wooden blocks on the shelves behind them, and the children are using rectangles and cylinders of different sizes. The JELDS codes that I have included here are CD-CP1.2a, explores the effects that simple actions have on objects, and CD-CP2.1a uses objects as intended. An assessment tool that I have included here that I will use is a case study. Some additional materials that will help in the cognitive area of development are puzzles and puppets. Puzzles can enhance children's thinking skills because they have to figure out what each piece goes. Puppets can spark a child's imagination, which gets the creative juices flowing. In this picture regarding language development, there are two cards hanging on the whiteboard. Each card has names of different colors. A picture of a crayon is displayed underneath the color it represents. The children are sitting down and placing magnetic letters onto the board. And they use those magnetic letters to spell out the colors. The Jones indicators that I've included for language development is CLL4.2D demonstrates an expanding vocabulary, and CLL2.2A demonstrates understanding of words through actions and/or conversations. An assessment tool that I will use here to assess children's learning would be portfolio assessment. Some additional materials that help support language development are books and educational language apps. When adults read to children, they are introduced to unfamiliar words that will be eventually added to their vocabulary. Educational apps provide easier access to interactive games such as word games, storytelling, and even pronunciation. For the social-emotional domain, there are a few children outside. The grass is green and there are trees in the background. A rope is being used. The children have their hands on the rope. It looks like they are working together to pull the rope. Two Jones indicators to go along with social emotional development would be SED 5.3b engages in mutual/cooperative play, and SED 5.3a initiates play with one or two other children. An assessment tool that I will use to assess children in this area would be a frequency chart. Some additional materials that help children's social emotional development could be emotion charts and a play kitchen. Emotion charts teach children their emotions so they can express them in appropriate ways. Play kitchens can be a group activity where they can play together and each child can contribute an idea. The last developmental domain is self-help. In this picture, there is a girl sitting down. She's sitting on a yellow chair. There is a rug underneath the chair. She is bending over to put on her shoes, and the shoes have Velcro straps on them. The gel codes I have included for social emotional development are APL 1.3a, initiates new tasks by him or herself, and APL 2.2c, explores and manipulates familiar objects in the environment. An assessment tool that I will use to assess children in this area would be a rating scale. Some additional materials to help promote a child's self-help would be child-sized sinks and child-sized toilets. Child-sized sinks can encourage kids to wash their hands with minimal adult support. Child-sized toilets can encourage children to go to the bathroom when needed without an adult's support. These are the references that I have used in my presentation. And with that being said, this concludes my presentation. Thank you.